Hi guys. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. How are ya? Hi guys. Oh man, boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are back, and I wish that we had a new case, but we are still on the same case. As you can see, it is Brother Thomas joining me on stage again today because we are on um part 3. I don't have names listed, guys. Listen, I don't have names listed for a reason. So please understand. I am the more and more I dig, the more and more and more it really is starting to creep me out. And I do mean on all kinds of levels, creep me out. There is something that's not right here, y'all. There's something not right about this, and it is beginning to stink. I have now I'm up to, I believe, 9 people that are either missing or dead. And they're all somehow, some way tied to our missing 2-star major general. Brother Thomas, how do we feel about this, man? I mean, this is getting intense, right?
Well, when when you have one person involved, it's a crime. When you have two people involved, it's a cover up. When you have three people involved, it's a conspiracy. And when you have more than that, then you get into the lines of uh, racketeering.
Okay.
And the racketeering points to the people in charge in order to obscure the facts about something they don't want you to focus on. And that focus subject seems to be Epstein.
It does. So listen, guys. Quickly, I need to go over a disclaimer. We are talking about stuff we watched on different channels, different platforms, Fox, CNN, TMZ, different news affiliations, some online platforms, some YouTube channels. I don't have X, so I didn't use X to gain any of my knowledge, and I didn't use Facebook. But I did use some of the YouTube news platforms, and I think I kind of went on both sides. But what I found was that there was names that my spirit box started kicking out to me early this morning, and I'm like, well, what's going on? It's 6 o'clock in the morning, y'all. 6 o'clock in the morning, and I am talking to my spirit team because they're more excited about this day than I am. And I'm like, what is going on? And they're like, oh, well, you're going to hear names like, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you're going to hear names like this. And I'm like, okay, where am I going to hear these names at? And they're like, oh, well, it'll come about. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, all right. I like the hunt. It's like a scavenger hunt within my own day, right? So anyway, they're kicking out names like Snyder, Gilmore, Lancaster, Pritchett, and you know, hold on. I have lost my co-host. He is having some internet issues, and StreamYard is kicking him out. So he'll be right back. There are a couple of dates too that my team informed me of, and those 2 dates are February 5th, 2026, and October 25th, 2025. So I've got lots of homework ahead of me. We're going to look at it through the cards. We might look at it through the dowsing rods. I don't know yet, but the names are curious. And then I got something along the lines of there's a dirty judge involved. Somehow dirty judge and I do believe the name Schneider might go together. Now I don't believe that Schneider is the name of a judge. I do believe that Schneider and judge somehow go together. And I don't know how. And again, YouTube, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are just names that I were received through a spirit box. And I talk to dead people a lot. So you know, how do you feel about wait a minute, wait. The astronomer. Guys, there is a Caltech astronomer tied to this too. Like all these AFRL employees they're either dead or missing from the same institution pretty much. And I don't get it. I'm confused. Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. Bro, you go ahead.
So even though a lot of these people have UFO type connections, either they're reverse engineering supposedly extraterrestrial technologies, I think they were chosen because of their dualistic knowledge of government and warfare, and these technologies that they're doing connect to either jet engines or rocket engines. So they're trying to confuse us with the alien UFO conspiracy, but it's truly a military purposes and why they were taken or why they are being silenced is totally on military.
Did we ever find so another word I kept hearing was Neowise. Did you find out what Neowise was, Brother Thomas?
I did not, because I just heard of it this morning.
So I believe if you look it up, you might, if you find one that is tied to some kind of pipeline, you're on the right frequency. I don't know if it's the right direction. Maybe some olive branches, but we're at least in the wheelhouse of what the my favorite spirit was talking about, and I do mean the dead by that.
It's another thing. It's the like 3-eye Atlas. It's another interstellar comet type thing.
So
they want us to look. They want us to look.
Well, hold on one second. If that's the case, and you won't stop about it, so is 9098? Is that a frequency? Is that like that's not like a code or anything, like an active code or anything right now, right? That we're aware of, like because he's still screaming the 9098, 9098. And I don't understand what he means, but again, I have a team full of dead people screaming at me that they have been doing it since 6 o'clock this morning. So, Brother Thomas, do you have your spirit box going? Is it giving any answers to what 9098 might be? Oh, you don't have it going? Oh, it might be years 9098? I don't know. 9098. I don't know. The oh wait, the long count. I need to figure out what that means. The long count, like they specified that specifically. The long count. And then I was like, what's it mean? And they was like, Blue Book. And I'm like, what? And they were like, and they said a few other project names. And I was like, because I was like, what are all of these? And somebody that works worked in the military recognized the names, and they were like, Hershey, those are project names, like the PSYOPs one, the Blue Book, the Alien, but most of them are tied around some kind of alien project, right? So I think that the long count might be some kind of project name. So has anybody heard that name or that those words together? And yeah, I'm not getting much answers, but I did get those words together. So I don't know. Right with the 1998. So
I've got my box now.
thank you.
I'm not getting anything on 9098, but let me put in Project 9098.
Mm. Well, I mean, we still have plenty of time because, like I said, we can just stay right here until I figure out what it is because I think all of it goes around and it comes back to. So, like I said, I was led to who is this analyzer that I was led to this morning? I was watching him on somebody's YouTube channel. Um, oh man, shit, what was his name?
Somebody Ritter, Bobby Ritter,
Scott Ritter. What was his
Scott
name?
Ritter.
Yeah, Scott Ritter. And one of the names that I have written down that unfortunately my team's like, you can't say it publicly. So I promise you I'm not gatekeeping. I don't want to have the people with the pew pews knocking on my door. I can only talk about people that are actively talking about it. And well, this person's actively talking about it. So check him out. Yeah. I don't know if he's good, bad, or indifferent, but he's still alive, so maybe pay attention. There's something missing, and they'll let me tell you that there is some super alloy. It's missing. Yeah, missing. Like MIA, they can't find it. It's unaccounted for. It should be where it was last counted at. Like an inventory count had it placed at a certain particular place. Now, does that mean it was placed in Huntsville, Alabama? Because I keep hearing that, like astronomically. I don't know why they won't leave me alone about not Huntington, Alabama. Like I think I've talked to about 9 different ghosts from that area, and oh my god, like
are you saying Huntsville, Alabama?
yes,
the alternate space port.
I found that out since yesterday. Since yesterday, they've been approaching since yesterday. Yeah, it's been a consistent spirit box in my head since last night. I woke up to it just going full blast this morning. And all I know is whatever's going on, it comes back to the Neil Wise, and I do believe that might be a pipeline, and a Caltech astronomer. Got to figure that part out. And okay, so there was a X account, which I don't have X, but there was an X account that was killed or went down, taken down on the exact day that the general goes missing, and something goes into print at Wright Patterson and Roswell, and it's called the Long Count. I just can't get that same ghost to come back and talk to me because that ghost came in last night. I was watching a show on TV. I don't remember exactly what show I was watching, and they came in and I asked them to wait, and they left it on. They left kind of like messages, so to speak. Like anyway, so Miles was trying to tell me, but didn't probably get everything right. Anyway, so I've been calling for them to come back. So let's hope they come back. Because I have lots more questions. I
would say Miles got everything right, but our interpretations might not have been.
Probably.
And I'm not getting anything really intelligible from the spirit box. I haven't heard any words yet.
So Yeah, except for like the direct ones that they're throwing at me. If I ask questions, this is what I get. I get nothing if I ask questions because I have been asking, what is 9098? Who is the dirty judge? What is who is Gilmore? Like who is Gilmore? Who is Snyder? Like why do I need to know the names? And then it was Dirty Judge. Be careful of Lancaster. Be careful Pritchett. So those are like warning shots. Just don't know if it's a place, a person. Shit just doesn't want to work in our favor today. Yeah, I do cross a lot of them over, but these are crossed over. They have somebody is messing with their frequency, and my problem is I do believe that some of them are I do believe they could be victims in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I just haven't figured out how Charlotte's Web ties it all together. But I am at 9 right now that I have talked to. I've talked to 9 different ghosts, and they work in like one of them works, and she is not the partner that helped create or back engineer a specific alloy, but she worked there, right? But yet she's no longer with us. She passed. Oh my God, what was that she said she passed? Was it 2020? I think it was 2020. Like I was getting them back to back. I got like one or two that was in 2020. I got like 2021, then 2023, and then 2024 and 2025. I'm like, holy shit! They're like literally stair stepping them, but they're not coming in that way. Like what they're coming in. Like the first one came in 2025, and then it jumped me back to 2020, and then it jumped me to like 2023, and then 2021 and 2024, and it's just like, holy fuck! They're all within the last 6 fucking years, though.
And then
Most of them so far.
And then one you said
Hold on.
was claimed to have passed from a rapid cancer, but
Well,
yet
they
the
okay, so
autopsy
they
death
believed
certificate.
yes, they believed that one passed from a very rapidly exposing cancer that was basically so aggressive they couldn't treat it in the breast. But then yet the death certificate. Now I do not have confirmation on this, guys. The only thing that I have been able to find through the briefings was that someone's obituary that should say died of cancer says died of natural causes. So I have not read any death certificates. I have not seen them with my own 4 eyes. I'm just going by hearsay at this point right now. It is hearsay. This is not facts. Not facts.
Hi, Tom, an early ritual. So when I got kicked off, then my spirit box started saying words.
Figures. It didn't want to say it on the public, right? So, but yes, we do have some kind of missing super alloy. So I'm very curious, like what kind of alloy is missing? What does it do? Because if some of them worked on mercury and some of them worked on Neowise, whatever Neowise again is, I don't have that confirmed that it's a pipeline, but if I can figure that out, then I would have to assume that we have a pipeline called Neowise. And if we do, what's going on with that? Is there something wrong with it?
Do you want me to read on a true crime deck, or do you want me to read my institution tarot?
Let's do the institution first, and let's just see what the player. Let's find out who the players are involved. Let's see if we can get a solid answer.
And again, this is all alleged. We are just looking into possible explanations when there doesn't seem to be an explanation easily available at the moment.
Neowise was a comet in 2020. Interesting. 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 Hmm. Okay. Silver or copper? I don't know. I
So
don't know.
we looking for one player, two player, three players.
So I don't know. Like I said, I've got 9 different ghosts telling me to look into, a Charlotte's Web effect, and that it all comes back to an advisor, and that advisor is the advisor that maybe possibly is serving now. Mm. And unfortunately, that's all I can say about that. Um, Only because I don't have facts. And because I don't have facts, I'm not here to make accusations, assumptions, or allegations. And I am not here to start any kind of feather ruffling without said facts. I may believe the dead, but not everybody is going to be so understanding that the dead talk to me. 2020 was the year the shit show began. 100%. So another thing I kept hearing a lot of, and it was in a foreign language, right? And I had to have one of my guides had to explain to me. They were saying something along the lines of "You're fired," and all I kept having was flashbacks of when our president was a TV reality star guy, and I do believe that was his current, former employment was TV reality star. So
And that was his catchphrase at the end of every episode.
you're fired, exactly. Yeah. So uh, I think we're looking at for at least 9. I've got 9 ghosts. They all vary a very specific reason, and one of the ghosts is what's that A word that I can't ever remember? Advisor. He was a wartime advisor when he was alive for a president that was a long time ago, and he's one of the ghosts
So
that
we
led me to believe and watch a couple advisors that are talking right now. Anyway, go ahead.
So, if this is my institution deck, we have the Three of Swords, Heartbreak, and I think it's going to be heartbreak for 3 governments. So, United States, Israel, and some may not be Iran. It may be another behind the scenes government. Maybe either a supplier for Iran or an ally with a hidden ally with Israel.
So long haul, long COVID. I like where you're going with that, Debs. The 3 of Swords, the worst card in the fucking deck. Now that is just my opinion, y'all. I have said that since the day you guys met me, and I will hopefully say it to the last day. That is the worst card in the deck to me. Ouch. And it's paired with the energy of what? What is that?
3 of Wands reversed. So there was
Oh,
no planning, no forethought, and we're gonna wait forever for our ship to come in. So it's
so
ships are cast adrift, and supply chains are bothered. Yeah, because we failed to plan the effects are going to be long term of this as well. When
So is
I
that
was
maybe what the long count might mean? Like, is that what this is all about? Like, seeing how much damage can be done to prove it can be done? Just for shits and fucking giggles? Is that what I'm hearing you saying? Do it just because?
Well, when I got kicked off this last time, the spirit box said MIA, missing in action. It said the initials MIA.
Well, I mean, from what I'm understanding, one of the ghosts. I believe her. I believe she led me to believe that she could possibly be an ancestor to the general, right? And she said, "Do not believe." Now, I only spoke to her one time, and in this process, it was last week before last when she came through. She came through the one time. Like I said, it's only been 9 ghosts that I spoke to in total, but she was one of the very first, and she led me to believe she was an ancestor of the generals. And she said, "Do not believe when they start saying something was wrong with him." And now the news, from what I'm gathering, is now saying, "Oh, yeah, there was brain fog and there was all kinds of things going on with him actually that was never spoke on before." I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all. I don't buy that one bit. I believe that he was physically fit. I believe he may have had his fucking days where he just had bad days, of course, because of his age. Of course, we go downhill as we get older, but I still believe he was at the top of his game. What's that one? 10 of
This
one.
is 10 of Wands burden.
Mm-hmm. Wow. He'll be right back, guys. So, man, oh man, oh man. All right, well. Shit.
So burdens, we can see the end is near from here, but until we drop our burdens or our burdens are assumed by somebody else, we'll never reach our objective or our goals. So we were talking that we haven't paid our, is it the UN dues or the NATO dues for 12 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this major general, guys, he was not retired. He was retired from like maybe active fucking duty, like I ain't going to no more wars, kind of retired. But he was far from out of the loop. They're trying to say, oh, his mental capacity stopped 13 years ago. Mm-mm. And neither did his clearance either. He was still in everything. He was still being actively called to investigate at 3 different bases right here in America. That's just the ones we know of in America. He's worked all over the world, guys, with his knowledge, with his training, with his field of expertise. I don't know. I don't know if aliens are real, guys. I think I've seen shit I can't explain, but I do know of some other shit that's real. And if I believe in one thing, I have to believe in everything, and therefore I believe that something is out there other than us. It has to be. We're there's no way we're the only thing out there. That is ridiculously big, ego-minded, and egotistical, in my opinion. I think we're the only thing that exists in this entire place.
I think we're led to believe that we're the smartest thing in this quadrant of the universe, because Homo sapiens are a violent group, and maybe we're kept on this earth because we're a violent group, and maybe we're the prison planet, like Australia was the prisoner colony for many years for England. If you got convicted, you could go to prison or you could go to Australia. But in the day, life in Australia was not a utopia, and wasn't much better than being in prison.
I agree. I also agree with what Tina's saying. Like, you have to be very careful, right? Like, So there's parts of the Constitution that we don't have to like it, right? But there are parts in it that says that at certain points, certain individuals that are in charge get to throw temper tantrums, and their temper tantrum gets to win. With that being said, like I said, um, maybe watch a few interviews of some people that are in positions to understand what the bigger picture is right now going on. I think we need to stay focused. Bro, who is this astronomer that was shot? Oh, why do they keep kicking him out? And don't... Okay, somebody in chat, help Brother Thomas out. There is a Caltech astronomer who was murdered on his front porch. I need to know who he was. He was shot and killed on his front porch. We need to know who he was, and we need to know why. Why a Caltech astronomer was shot and killed on his front porch. Recently, guys, this is recently. This isn't within 20 years. I don't even think it's within 15 years. I'm saying it's recent. Very recent. Everything they've been showing me has been since basically so far 2019 to now, except for the Nia Long, which was somewhere in the 90s and some of the late 80s, and then that kind of stops in 99. And then they show me again at 2021 where she's one of the ones that are passed, but somehow tied to all of this too, somehow. Anyway, like I said, that web continues to grow, but I need to know who this Cal guy is. This Caltech astronomer, who was he, and why is he no longer with us? 2026. Carl Johnson Gilmore. Oh, see, there's the name Gilmore then. So, okay, who is Gilmore and who is Schneider? Okay, so if this is, he is a 67-year-old renowned Caltech astrophysicist researcher, was fatally shot on his front porch of his home in something Antelope Valley, California, February 16th. Bro, what was it? 11 days? There was something 11 days?
That was what
The ghost said there's something happened 11 days prior to the.
So we went to February 16th, and the announcement that no more Epstein files will be released.
Exactly. We seen that, but Josh says that the Gilmore guy who spirit box, the ghost said, find out who Gilmore is. Gilmore was killed February 16th, 2026. That's 11 days before the fucking general goes missing. He's got to be fucking the same one they're talking about, the same Gilmore. Right? So ask your, is the spirit box still going?
Yeah.
Jake and Lisa, spirit box guide protectors, can you please answer my question? Is the Gilmore guy the same one the ghosts were telling me to find out who Gilmore is? Is this the one they were saying is 11 days ties together? Trapped?
Yeah. Manipulation and trapped so far.
Well, damn. Okay. What do y'all think, man? Thank you for finding that, Josh. So, can we figure out who Schneider is then? So, like I said, I still got those 2 dates. I can't figure out what those 2 dates are. February 5th, 2026 and October 25th, 2025. Those 2 dates have to mean something. I just can't figure out what they are. Your Wheel of Fortune? Okay. So, it's all part of it. The highs, the lows. Tribeca, find your people. Tribe. Tribe and find your people. Tribe and find your people, huh? Okay.
So the spirit box gave the psychic shh. So we're getting close to something because it wants us to be quiet.
Yeah, money just went flying all the way out of my damn deck because I just got my deck out. Shuffle, 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 and money goes flying all the way up. Goes whee, boop, boop, boop.
Well, okay. Well, I don't feel that this may be accurate, but I think it speaks to somebody's MO for getting into a war. I think that Trump was manipulated into getting into the war with Iran due to Israel. And Israel said, name your price. Well, heavy speculation. That's what we're doing. So I think that Trump was told to name his price and to give them an account, an offshore account or a Swiss bank account or something. And when he got word of his price being met in that account, then he declared this unauthorized war.
Okay, hold on. Would that be $450 million that can't be found?
I don't know what Trump's price is.
Well, I did have one ghost. Now I'm telling you, this was on the first page, so this was back when the ancestor people were coming in for the general, and one of them said, "Pay attention, 450 million." And I'm like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Could be somebody's paycheck." And then they left. That was it. So I wrote the number 450 million. Like, okay, I don't know what this means, but, and then look here, this falls out like every time I touch the deck when I'm reading with this case, money, heavy speculation, and now paper trail. Oh, wow, look at that. We need a paper trail. Of course, we need a paper trail. What is this? Burial. Burial. Really? And what's the energy on the burial? What's the energy of that card right there?
It's Earth because we're in a dirt earthen grave. So it's grounded energy. It's they're burying the truth along. The truth gets buried along with all this.
It gets buried in paperwork.
Yeah. Well, and then the disinformation. Oh my goodness, Hershey.
Huh. Yes, bro. You thought greed wasn't at play here? The root of vein of existence of all of it.
Monet, Monet, boom, ba-dum, boom. I When did this card come out again?
I don't
We got that
care,
for the
huh?
general. The box just said good news.
Oh yeah. Good news, huh? I wonder what 9098 means. I swear that has got to mean something, y'all. And it's driving me nuts. There's just certain parts of it that don't make sense. Don't make fucking sense whatsoever to me. I still think and there's more to Neowise. There's more. There's gotta be more to it. Um, I just haven't figured out what it is. But then Lancaster, Snyder, and Pritchett. And I know, Josh, if you're not at lunch, your lunch is about over. So I don't know. Like hmm. Ugh, shit. I guess I should see if I got a text message about the mail. Oh, no message on the mail.
So from the box it said 99 ectomy. So the 99 needs to be cut out or was cut out from something.
So does the 9098 have anything to do with the long count? I wonder if it's a code or a road or a county number.
The COVID is from that from the bat population.
Natural disaster. That don't make sense, right? Natural disaster active case.
Well, if we're talking about COVID, that could be considered a natural disaster, even though it was man-made. But in the late 90s, that virus was taken to be studied and entrusted in the CDC, and then they lent it out to the researchers in Wuhan, who apparently gene spliced and weaponized it to be more virulent than it already was.
So if we wanted to know like project names like Project Blue Book and some of those other crazy stupid ass names that they've had for government playbooks or whatever, how would we find out if maybe the long count is one of them stupid names to one of them stupid projects that shouldn't have happened within the FBI, the CIA, DLA, Homeland Security, any of the motherfuckers that never should have had access?
Yeah,
If it's classified, they wouldn't tell us, right?
I think we'd have to have access to somebody that was on the inside, because I don't think that covert ops names are.
And then here comes a person that talks to ghosts and says, "How do you know that?" And I'm like, well, Okay, I was just wondering. So, like, I know they say that sometimes when active cases are going, you can look them up, but every time I turn around, everything just
Oh, yeah.
seems to go ice cold on this for me. So there is a Snyder in
Okay,
politics.
if I
Oh, okay, okay. So
if I
public figure.
if I were to say Akko, they certainly don't want me on today. Um, it usually settles down after 3 or 4 times getting kicked off, but this has been pretty.
Are you on your phone or your computer?
I'm on my computer.
But next time, come back on your phone.
Okay. If I were to say the term Occam's razor right now, what would be the obvious for you?
I guess I need to understand first of all, what does it mean?
Occam's razor is sometimes the solution is the obvious solution.
It's a giant cover up for basically what I feel is war crimes right now.
And then
And that's the words they don't want me to say because that's what it feels like to me. I feel like America right now is guilty of war crimes with what's going on, and I believe it's all part of the giant cover up of, well, the one that says that he's got way too much power right now than he should have and had now than he had back then.
so yeah, Josh says Occam's razor is the principle is the easiest solution is the solution. If I said gave you a choice between karma, reciprocity, or the law of thirds, the threefold law. I'm sorry, not the law of thirds. The
This is
threefold.
definitely threefold. No, this isn't even threefold. This is more like ninefold or tenfold. We knew this. Listen, this isn't something that just started, man. There's just enough people now that are finally disgusted about it. It's not the first time it's happened. It's not the second, the 10th, the 30th. It's not the 400th time, probably, unfortunately, man. It's disgusting. There just wasn't enough people that were willing to. Back then, too many people turned their head. Too many people said, well, I can't see it, so it don't affect me. Well, that's not the case anymore. And too many people that were affected then that are my age or maybe a little older or maybe slightly younger, they're finally able to talk about something that damn near killed them or maybe was designed to do that. And unfortunately, their karma is now coming tenfold. And now there's enough people that are saying, oh, fuck, I can't deny it. And they're paying attention now. So it's disgusting, but it's what it feels like to me.
So Lottie had a comment that says, "Wasn't Snyder the one in government involved with the water problem in Flint, Michigan?"
I wish I knew, sweetheart. That's the problem is when ghosts come in, they usually just leave me with more questions than answers because I'm investigating what started now last week on Tuesday and then carried into Thursday. And now here we are on week 2, third episode. and we are so grossly invested. Like, I have to see this through now. He'll be right back. I have to see this through no matter what. The fact that it has now spread this far, it has me very much at full attention. Just because only because the I got that little Charlotte Web message basically last night, and I'm not kidding you. I started down the rabbit hole now where my team is tying all 9 of the ghosts to this. I'm not convinced of that. I'm at 4, and I'm comfortable with knowing the 4 I'm comfortable with is because there's facts to these 4. There is employment records that tie them together. There's patent numbers and IBNS numbers and years together in the same facility. There's facts that tie these 4 individuals together. Now, these other 5 that they are bringing to the light of day for me, I am now looking for those facts that tie them together. So, but when I'm looking at scientists that work in mercury and new levels of mercury and back engineering and reverse engineering mercury and different types of mercury and alloys and different parts of rockets and different parts of synthesizers and big ass words that I don't know anything about, it's taken me a while, and now I've kind of invested. So I hope you guys are willing to go through the long haul with me, but I wish I knew. I've got who is Gilmore, who is Snyder. It's all ties back to Neowise, and then they said, but Neowise pipeline wise, and I don't understand that part. So I don't know if Neowise is a pipeline, is it a hidden pipeline, is Neowise something completely not tied to pipelines at all? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I have Lancaster, Pritchett. Look in the trunk. Don't forget to look in the trunk at the dirty judge. I still have that. I still haven't figured that out. Hershey, read the chat. Okay, well, goodness gracious. Key people involved: Flint, Michigan, water crisis, former Governor Rick Snyder, emergency manager Darnell Owens, General Ambrose, and state health environmentalist official Nick Lyons. Nick Lyons and Lane Shackler Smith. Yeah, these officials face charges for their roles. Yeah. In 2014, water source switch.
This, I was gonna type it, but I have the
Voice of Mosaic is in the room.
I have the ability to speak, which is much easier. I just got a thought because I'm listening. We keep saying Mercury, Mercury, Mercury. And remember yesterday I thought, man, these bitches are gonna activate these pyramids. So I don't know this, but I believe it's South America. I don't know if it's Venezuela, but South America, I believe, has pyramids that were built under mercury filter system, something where mercury activates.
Yeah, and
something.
they can't get to them because of the mercury.
Well, perhaps maybe because I told you, it seems like.
Oh, I know. That's what one of the ghosts was saying.
It seems like they're building this alien technology warfare, something.
Right, because the one kept tying mercury to, all the answers are trapped underground.
So I wonder.
You gotta put two and two
now
together.
see where that pyramid is located.
So, right, with you saying that, that would answer the riddle to, well, the answer to the mercury is it's trapped underground.
What if it's Venezuela and that's why?
And Venezuela, that is on his to get list.
Again, I think this is to lead us down the wrong trail. We need to concentrate on Trump and the war in Israel and Iran and the whys and what fors there, because all the things that are meant to confuse us are to keep us away from Epstein.
Sure.
But it all comes back to the. I know, bro, but listen, everything always comes back to the 9, right? Everything always comes back to the 9, right?
That's your 369.
Yep. Yep, everything. It doesn't. Everything always comes back to 9. so even if we keep it just right there, if we put ourselves in a box and we lock ourselves in a box, which I hate to do, and you know that, but you are my co-host, you are my brother, my friend, and you're somebody's opinion that I value. I'm willing to hear it out, but you have got to remember that I've got 9 ghosts telling me that Charlotte's Web is active. It is not a cobweb, it's a spider web. You just
So,
can't see the spider yet. So if it's still
everything
very
is
active,
connected. Everything
I
is really
don't
connected.
think we should put ourselves in a box yet. I do think we need to figure out who all the 9 players are. And if we figure out who the 9 players are, we can figure out their branch, and then we can web them all together and figure out much more of the blueprint. And I think we might be better off if we have facts. Right now we only have facts on 4. But yet I've got 9 ghosts that have no damn reason to lie to me, and this is so much bigger than either of us. I'm terrified to step onto this fucking Starlet's Web. I'm terrified, and Spider has been showing up all fucking year for me, y'all. It's all starting to come together. I am not stoned enough for this, nor do I have enough fucking weed.
So I have this nice blank wall behind me. So the more we investigate this, am I going to be having pictures tacked to the wall
Yeah,
with,
they look like
with
may
red
look like
yarn going from place to place?
yeah. Yeah, because all my walls are full. So yes.
So this intermission, the box said, "Isn't that nice?" and then laughed at me. Laughed.
Yeah. And the box said tethered together, hidden in sight. That was the very first day, bro. Your box said everything's tethered together, hidden in sight. That was the very first thing your box said when we started this fucking journey a week ago today. I wrote them words down. Miles said you're going to want them words again. It's been exactly 1 week. Your box said tethered together, hidden in sight. That is 1 week apart. It said pretty much the same damn thing.
So
thank you, Josh, for everything. Thanks for everything. We appreciate you.
Talk to you later, Josh. So you want us to broaden our focus and not rule anything out yet?
I mean, it's easy to point fingers at you know who it is, but come on now. We all know he is not the number 1 person running the race. He's just the face of it.
Whether you believe the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers or other big name families run the country and pull the strings, you know, that Trump is just Pinocchio. And now they now realize that they put their money on the wrong puppet.
Do you think that? What is your opinion right now? What do you think? Do you think he's a puppet on a string, or do you think he is the exact person we need to be that puppet on a string? Because again, he's the one that does all the "you're fired."
All along, I've said that Trump is going to serve his purpose. and if nothing else, to wake us all up to see how corrupt everything in the system is, not just the top. It starts at the top and trickles down, and by the time it trickles to us, there's nothing left. But he gets his cut off the top, and then the other House and Senate members get their cut by doing insider trading deals or getting paid off directly by political action committees. And nobody, the left points at the right points at the left, and nobody's held accountable for anything. And it's the little guy who gets screwed in the end. And our military, because they're playing international chess with patriot lives.
So how long do you think it's all going to last or continue to go on? Is it the new normal? Are you perplexed?
No, I'm trying to decipher the words that are like bombarding. Yeah, I mean, it is just, it's rockets coming in. Okay, Trump's birthday is June 14th. It's gonna be over shortly before then. It's gonna be over before his birthday, but it is still going to be the month of June. And going with your 9, I'm gonna say 369. I'll just split the difference and say on June 6th there'll be something that is decisive that ends it. Now, whether it be the death of another leader or somebody runs out of munitions and has to run away. And that's not Iran, because they can't run away from their position. Israel can't run away from their position. Only the United States can run. So we'll either spend so much on resources
that. So. I see the comment about checking the chat. I see all the chat, guys. Thanks. I appreciate it.
and
I'm not sure what I feel though, right? I honestly, guys, I'm just being honest. I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm hearing obviously what the other side's opinion is, and they're not happy, right? The ancestors, those that are dead because of what's going on. There are a couple of soldiers that are not happy. They didn't want to do it anyway. And there was another one who said, don't believe in him, don't believe them. Follow the action of the Marines. And I didn't understand what that meant. But like I said, I'm talking to the dead. So I don't know what that means. So, guys, I am just taking in people's opinions. I don't know enough about politics. I voted, but that doesn't mean I made an educated guess on who to vote for, but it doesn't mean I made the right choice. Doesn't mean I made the wrong choice. I know who I didn't vote for. What I think is happening and how I feel is like a lot of you all. I feel that there is a lot that is going on right now, and I don't feel like it's all, whose fault. I just feel like he's the face of it all, and I feel like he has taken it to a new level of height with greed and ego because we are allowing it. He's a TV reality host.
Well,
So he is all about theatrics and he can perform in front of a camera like no other. We know this.
up until today, I thought, oh, he might not be smart, but he's got balls and he's taking accountability for things, saying it's
Uh-huh.
all him. But now today, he's blaming it all on Pete Hegseth. And
And who is that?
He is Department of War, I think. He's like
Oh.
the
He's the one that would have advised him to probably not go after Iran because it wouldn't
yeah,
have been a smart thing to do.
right.
Before he would have done this, right? Not after he did it. He would have
No, no,
tried to
no,
advise
no.
him
He'd
before,
say,
right?
Mr. President, bad idea to go after Iran, because if you kill Ayatollah Khomeini, his son's going to take over, and he's twice as wackadoodle as his father.
And president didn't listen to said advisor, his
Well,
his advisor, right?
well, president has never listened to advisors because he's a spoiled little child who can throw tantrums like nobody else's business.
Like that's the damn truth. But okay, yeah, just clearing that up. Um,
But like I said, he has his purpose, even if it's um, waking us up because of the ramifications of all the bad things he does.
uh-huh. One thing we can do is be kind to the people you come in contact with. Kindness is king. Absolutely. I agree. I
That
agree.
sounds like
Um,
that sounds like toxic positivity.
Nathan, do me a favor. Don't talk money on an open chat. There's trolls, there's bots, there's all kinds of crazy wackadoodle people that pay attention to live chats. So no talking money on my channel on active lives, please. There are ways to do things in private. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I originally was saying how I feel. I still tie it back because I am all over the place with this. My feelings are all over the place. And I think that's why they're kind of like I said, we don't know who the one spider is yet, but we got a bunch of players involved here. And there's a bunch of people saying, "Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't know. What ain't my fault." And look at him and blame him. And that's it's not completely accurate. So we just need to figure it out once. They got to continuously keep hiding it over and over and over, and eventually they will screw up. And we'll figure out who the spider is.
So all these world leaders
Yeah.
are
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
all these world leaders
Don't be
are
sorry,
having
babe. We
their
love you,
stints
Nathan.
at disappearing for a while. They're saying that where's Bibi Netanyahu at, because he hasn't really been seen. He's been seen with six fingers and a coffee cup that never drains. That is being touted as 2024 footage being manipulated. Um, I don't know the latest, but Pootie hasn't been seen for 2 weeks. What's going on there?
So, didn't we see last week? No, that wasn't last week. When did we talk about them last week? That name sounds familiar.
Putin. I call him Booty, but Putin is Russia's leader, and Yeltsin is Ukraine's leader.
Okay.
And
Well, I mean, they're still kind of quiet. Nobody's saying anything right now, but I think until I can actually figure this part of the web out, I don't understand where they're trying to lead me to.
so
I figured out only who I mean, I think I'm confident by saying, okay, if we know who Gilmore is, right? We finally figured out who Gilmore is. We still haven't figured out what the 450 million means. We haven't we figured out the 11-day part, right? That goes to Gilmore. So the 11 days, the Gilmore, we still got Schneider to figure out, Lancaster, Pritchett, and figure out who the dirty judge is, because there's something the dirty judge is carrying, and basically, if I'm understanding it correctly, the judge has all the proof in his trunk. There's a ghost that said the dirty judge has all the proof of the entire spider web in their trunk. And I think that's what they mean. It's all tied together and it's hidden in plain sight. Like, it's right in a judge's freaking trunk. We just got to figure out who the judge is, and that will tell us why this general is missing, why all these other people are either dead or missing, or at least tied together in missing alloy, missing super alloy, and also why are certain scientists reconstructing and hard wiring and working with mercury. uh, 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 those are pretty serious questions in my book.
Mercury the element, not Mercury the planet. And then we've got record long lines because TSA has been gutted from Department of Homeland Security, and now ICE agents are stepping in at Atlanta's airport trying
I
to
don't think
do
it's just Atlanta, isn't it? A couple of them.
well. It's nationwide, but it seems to be hitting the metropolis centers harder, just because of the volumes of people that fly out. And Atlanta's Hartsfield Airport is America's busiest airport. So
Oh, really? Okay.
hours long lines, and
Oh.
the Democrats are being blamed for that because they shut down funding for Department of Homeland Security, which ICE is a division of. So if air traffic controllers and TSA agents aren't going to get paid, the ICE agents aren't going to get paid. And that seems to be an ongoing factor of anybody who does work for Trump. So do you think the contractors of the new East Wing ballroom are ever going to get paid?
Um, Haven't they already been paid?
I don't know.
I mean, contractors don't usually demo shit until money's in accounts or a partial payment kind of situation. I've done a little bit of construction in my life, and there was no work done until it was basically paid all down
So
to pretty much the final payment kind of shit.
so so let's put it this way: is there going to be
And
a
we're dealing
lien?
with criminals.
Is there going to be
I
a
mean, as we're
construction
looking at
lien?
it on both sides here. So
Is
criminal
there going to
versus
be
criminal, they want that money.
is there going to be a construction lien on the White House?
Oh my gosh. Well, of course it'd be easy right about now, right? Because there's so much going on. They can't still be processing a ballroom. Well, I mean, I guess if he can trigger the golf court's camera to show that Secret Service have him playing golf over the weekend, supposedly, I guess they can still be building him a ballroom too. You know, life goes on, right? Because life is just.
So there's a lot of excavation for a ballroom. Room only needs a gonna fall party, aren't I? A ballroom only needs a
Probably.
slab.
So I believe someone just said Pritchett might be a scientist. So we have a bunch of scientists, right? So if we have Mercury scientists and we have scientists that have uh reconstructed or back constructed alloy for some kind of jet or some kind of rocket or some kind of something or something. The ghost that came in earlier right before we went live that was saying all the things, they just came in and said that Pritchett could be a scientist.
So now they're connected to
Right. And hold on. He said same institution is at the center of every single incident. Every single incident, it's the same institution that is at the very center of it. So, like I said, I don't know who the damn spider is yet, but there's only one spider sitting on this very active spider web. They just haven't exposed themselves yet because they don't have to. They don't need to. There's no reason to. They don't feel threatened. They're not under attack yet. Everybody is getting busted and seen, but not close enough hitting home. We're just at the very tip of the spider web. Fuck, we just found it. Barely.
Yeah.
And we only found it because there's enough people opening their mouths about it to look at the spider web, because there was enough people that wasn't looking for a spider web. So they just found it. So we got a long way to go, guys, I think. Or it feels like it.
So the thing that
They also said 2 AFRL employees dead in one night. So okay, all right. So what is that? What is that? AFR. So okay, Air Force Research Labs. Okay. Two Air Force Research Labs AFRL employees died in one night. Look at that. Are you saying that that's tied to Pritchett? Hello? Where'd you go? Hello? Hey, sir? Shit. I think he left again. Shit. I think he left again. Fuck.
So the thing that the worldwide community can do is for Nathan is to hold America accountable or start initiate war, criminal war act type things, demonstrate peacefully come 4th of July when we celebrate our 250th anniversary. I feel that it's going to be a shit show for America on that date, that
Probably.
worldwide protests or demonstrations will be held. And finally, the average American citizen will realize how hated we are globally, because we've been the bully in the classroom for so long. Maybe the bully gets its comeuppance or realizes that there's the bully, and that they're back down.
He'll be back, guys. And usually, that's our little warning.
For Americans, what?
All right. Well, when he comes back, we will let him finish what he's saying, guys, and we will. We'll go ahead and close. I'll probably be back again Thursday. If I can get him to come up. Okay, here we go. Come on. Are you serious? Add to stage. Goodness gracious. It's like it didn't want me to add it to stage. All right, bro. Finish what you were saying, and we will bring this to an end. Hello? You're muted. You're muted, bro.
Okay. So America's been the bully for so long that we'll finally realize that we're hated on the world stage as much as we are with these protests and demonstrations on what should be a happy birthday celebration for the nation. And, it will really test our ability to continue on. Will we last as long as the Roman Empire? Probably not, if things keep going the way they are. So peacefully demonstrate. For the average American, what they can do is they can vote their conscience in elections, and keep in mind that we have the right to peaceably assemble and have our voice heard. Do whatever you can locally to affect things from the bottom all the way to the top.
I definitely agree with the peace. We need it. We need peace and we need unity more now than freaking ever, guys. Thank you so much for everybody hanging out with us. And this isn't done, guys. This isn't done by a long shot. We have a long, long way to go and a long count. Don't put a time limit on yourself. Don't put yourself in a box. And listen, pay attention to what's going on around you, guys. If you can't know every single thing, at least know enough to know when something is wrong around you right then and right there, and be able to make smart decisions. Hopefully, have a long, helpful outcome. Until tomorrow, guys.
If you smell a rotten fish, bury it in the garden where it can become fertilizer.
Absolutely. Sending blessings and positive vibes to every single one of you. Thank you so much, Gems. Do all the YouTubey things, and we will see you tomorrow for shadow work on Brother Thomas's channel at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bring your journals, and we'll see you then. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.